my name is Emily, and over the next 8 weeks, I'm going to be building this boat.
You a whole boat if you wanted to start over again, but you guys are so far along and it just doesn't really seem to make sense.
Nah.
But I'll send you whatever you guys need, and I have your list in front of me, which is fine. Material for the bulkheads. You know, I'll send you everything you asked for, that's fine. So I'm going to get all the hardware together too. I'll just have the guys put together a regular hardware package for the boat.
Okay.
I guess you don't need wire at this point.
No. Luckily, I built my own wind generator, so I have a lot of copper magnet wire around here.
Just talked to Ed at Chesapeake Light Craft and figured out a solution for getting this boat to turn into the Eastport nesting pram. We're going to be a little creative, but he's going to be really awesome and send us a few of the parts we need, including the bulkheads and a bit of the hardware. So we are back on track, back on schedule to get this boat done on time, which is super good. Got the bottom on, got the transoms on, got the side panels on, and I have gotten way better at fiberglass. Check out how smooth that is. No puddles. All good. There's one crease there on the cloth, but I think that's a damn good job. Check this out. This is what the fillets looked like before. Especially here, you can see just kind of bad, sloppy. Redid this one today. Ooh, well, not right there. Need to smooth that out. But shiny, even, pretty good. No expert, but I think I'm getting better. So, this is the boat. 2 weeks. I'm really happy with it. There's just a couple little pockets of air that I'm going to cut out just along the edges. Then I'm going to sand the rest of the boat and do a little more epoxy work because it was a little sloppy the first time. I wish I would have done the outside of the boat first because I made a lot of mistakes on the inside, and I wish I would have made them on the outside where nobody's going to see them. But it is what it is. So here we go. Outside right now because it's Florida, so I'm inside gonna do some more lofting. It turns out the boat we started building is not the same body as the nesting pram, we think, so we're gonna have to make things fit. But they did send us full-size plans. They're sending us some other parts with this, which is awesome, so we are going to be able to finish the build. But in looking at the new plans versus the old plans, there's definitely some key differences. This is the full-size plans for the nesting pram. This is the daggerboard. This is the daggerboard from the other version of the boat. So, as you can see, it's narrower by maybe 2 inches, and it's longer by 6 inches, which Clark says is going to be better for performance. So this is the one we're going to use. But we have such a weird size left of plywood that I'm a little worried we're not going to be able to put it on the plywood. So I'm going to make a cardboard one, and then we're going to do a puzzle to figure out if we have enough wood together to make all the pieces that we need. So this is the wood that I have left from cutting out the wrong pieces. And from this wood, I gotta get these. This is the rudder assembly. That's easy, that can come out anywhere. This is the nightmare. Let's see, squeeze. Oh God, it's so close! I need some help. I need some help making a decision here because I gotta trim some off the rudder or the daggerboard in order to get it to fit. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Wish Clark's grandma was here. She likes puzzles. She'd probably put it right together. This is really just a handle. Could have a smaller handle. Okay, so option 1A. I lose this.
Like you wouldn't lose it that shaped, but yeah.
Right. 1B, we lose this.
Okay. But 1B lets me lose less.
1C.
Oh, don't worry about that. You could piece that in, and because you're going to glass over it anyway. If you wanted to just put a little work into scarfing a piece in there.
Okay. And then the other one, I'm probably not going to be able to do it now. Is making the daggerboard. That's about the handle, so the handle can be separate and then we can do the whole piece.
Weak. I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Or just putting something like a piece of rope or something to pull it up and down rather than having a handle.
Yeah, I guess you could like drill holes into it's only less than a half-inch wide. Mm-hmm. So the first off the line would have to be smaller than half-inch. You have to drill in and then epoxy the rope into it.
I'd basically we're making a plug, so I'd make a centerboard that also has a plug and has a rope handle that could...
Well, something has to keep it from going down.
Yeah, I'd have a plug at the top. Just like it's a round thing that fits right into
the centerboard. It keeps the centerboard from going down.
Yeah, it would have a plug too. It would be three-dimensional, but that would be our piece.
Well, that's where the handle is. So if you lose the handle...
Oh, so the handle would get cut off, and instead there would be a piece of wood drilled into it that way. Okay. So it would be flush.
Okay.
And then we could drill a rope into that handle.
If you like that, if you really like, but you're losing some here too, looks like.
Yeah, we'd have to.
Okay.
There.
And then I guess that works down there just fine. The other thing you could do is if you put this back, I doubt it works. You could just say, my centerboard's that tall.
Yeah.
I mean, if you went back to this other location. Turn it around or just push it down. Does anything help? I mean, if it doesn't help, it doesn't help. Doesn't change that at all.
That also leaves us this whole chunk, which is kind of nice. But I don't know what else we need it for. What we need it for is this.
Yeah. If it were me, I'd probably do this one.
I get to the rudder, fill that in with fiberglass. No. Another fun-filled day of sanding, epoxying, gluing, angle grinding, fiberglassing, and epoxying. Those two things. And we'll be this much closer to having our boat. This is the rudder. That was so close to having enough wood, except for right here. So I'm marked a piece here, just put it on and traced it. I'm going to cut this out, take some 5-minute epoxy, put it in there, and we'll grind it down to the foil shape today, and we'll have a full rudder. But look, how freaking close was that? It's the only place I could fit it. I'd say that's pretty darn snug. I gotta epoxy that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Do 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 do. Glue, 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 glue. Well, that's drying. Perfect. Let's check out what we did yesterday on the boat. Obviously flipped over. Did a lot of filleting work. Pretty darn good, I think. Vast improvement from there to there. So this side is done. All three. Got one more on this side than the whole side. You know how I did it? You know what made it so much easier? That. Kitchen spatula. Best filleting tool in the world. Just like that. So. $1. IKEA. Awesome tool. So while we're epoxying, I'm going to wait till Clark comes over. He's going to create the nice foil here along this edge with the angle grinder, because he's like got mad skills with an angle grinder. So that's going to be shaped. The daggerboard is also going to get shaped like that. It'll have a nice blade on the front of it. So right now it's just square. That's not very hydrodynamic. So he'll do that. And while we've got the epoxy out, I will glass that. So this will all be glassed for extra toughness. And then we'll have enough to thicken it up and finish that. I think that's what's on the schedule for today. Thank God you're here, angle grinding man. What you meant about the plywood. It's like a guideline. The different plies.
I think I might need more on this side, but that's plenty with that tool. I'll do it with the belt sander next.
Cool.
Yeah, a little more on this side, but now I can level it out. Or maybe the random orbital, because it's mostly done. And then like these little, like you can see there's a little there. But that's kind of not the tool for...
Damn though, that was like 2 minutes of work.
Well, I make wind generator blades.
Yeah.
And man, if you can't go fast doing one of those, you remember the weight difference between the beginning and the end?
Yeah. Cool. So I should use the random orbital to finish this up?
If I were me, I would probably go to the belt sander next, but for you, I think I'd use the random orbital.
Yeah, I don't like the belt sander. I'm not strong enough for the belt sander.
There's a little thingy here too. You're gonna have to take this down.
Thingy, not a thingy.
Yeah, that was a jigsaw thingy.
Oh, it's a terrible thingy. I'll take care of that thing.
Make it perfect.
I'll make it perfect. It'll be amazing. like your hair right now.
Yeah, I just got up.
Yeah. Cool. Sculpting wood is so rewarding, you know? Like you make things out of wood and they're always like square and blocky.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shapely.
I'm just going to hit some of this where I have to clean up my mess.
Uh-huh.
But I would not come back until you've worn the paper down a little bit.
Okay.
It's grabby.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a lot better at mixing epoxy. This is what was left at the bottom last time I mixed epoxy. Lots of waste. This was today's batch. That is all that's left. Perfect amount. Waste not, want not. Getting better at that. Here's our daggerboard and our rudder. See with the glare there, nice and wetted out. Pretty flawless. I'm pretty proud of that. It's all good. The other thing we did today is I took, here, let's go over this side. I had Clark take an angle grinder, smooth this all out. We had, extra wood on some of these planks. Just took an angle grinder and then I finished it up with a belt sander. Nice and smooth. So a little bit more thickened epoxy work just to fill in a couple cracks. And this one last fillet down here, which is a little sloppy. And then we'll be ready to put a coat of unthickened epoxy on everything. And then it'll change colors, which will be the first interesting before and after thing we've done in a few days. That's what's up for tomorrow. Daggerboard, rudder, boat, mess. We're getting closer, people.
Today, we are finishing the daggerboard, finishing the rudder, and kind of finishing at least the sanding and the epoxying of the hull. So everything will be the same pretty wooden color after we're done today. So today's lesson is not to sand fiberglass unless you're wearing more clothes. It's hot out, but I instantly regretted fiberglass dust on my skin. Had to run and take a shower, and now I'm going to sweat it out in the sweatshirt because it'll be less comfortable, but it'll be more comfortable in the long run. sanding fiberglass was a huge mistake. I now have a rash all over me. My hands, my arms, my legs, my ankles, my feet all feel like I have a million slivers in them. It's like a rash. Every time I touch myself, it's like touching my skin with sandpaper. It's pretty bad. So, dumb mistake on my part. I've been sanding epoxy for days and days with no bad rash or anything, but the fiberglass, those little tiny bits of fiberglass cloth are nasty. So, learned something today. It's a little hard to see because of the sun right now, but all the boat is now complete with a nice shiny layer of epoxy. Clean the transoms. There is my rudder. There's my daggerboard. It's got fiberglass on both sides and some epoxy. The sun was getting so hot I had to put up some of the old boat bed sheets there because I was actually getting little bubbles from my epoxy from the heat. I smoothed most of them out. I don't think there's any left, but it was really worrisome. So here's some. I don't know if you can see those or not. There's some bubbles there. Pop right out right now before they're too dry. There's some epoxy all over my hand. There's bubbles. Go away, bubbles. I'm just kind of popping those, laying them down so they're not too bad. I may sand this again, and then I don't know. I might varnish this boat. I might varnish the outside. I think that might be a little optimistic though. We'll see. Probably end up being painted. I think I'm going to use the rest of the daylight today to clean up the shop because that fiberglass dust is all over the place and there's sawdust and there's lots of tools around, and before we flip the boat over and start working on the inside, I think it's just time to clean up a little bit. Clark is in the lab building a lithium battery pack for the motor. Thank you so much to Chesapeake Light Craft. They sent us a whole other box of goodies.